So, as I said in the end of episode 2, episode 3 is going to be starting now. So, welcome back, Internet. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Behind the Screen, where you take a deeper dive into the DIY dungeon master that is myself. I'm Nick from Sick Till Death, and today we're going to be going over all of the inking or painting of the numbers that I did for the dice that I had created for my players. I'm editing this a few days after our session, so session went well. Probably going to do a recap in the near future, and the dice, I mean, everybody loved them. So overall, I think it went well, and stay tuned to the very end to see exactly how these dice turned out, because they came out looking lovely, especially on camera. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it, and you're going to go back in time and see Nick from a week ago ink, dice, do other things, and, you know, normal shenanigans that is my life. So yeah, and catch you guys on the flip side. Okay, so I need to wrap up. I'm going to finish with Conrad's dice, and then I'm going to ink all the dice tomorrow and wrap up this episode. So next time you see me with the camera on, it will be tomorrow.
Approximately 10 hours later.
So I'm thinking for the chakras, we're either going to go like white or silver. Maybe gold? I don't know. Some of these numbers I need to clean out with a bit of this microfiber. We're going to wet it. Get into some of these grooves here with the numbers, just to get some of the shit out of there. There's when you sand and polish them, the dust kind of collects in the numbers. So we got to clean them out, give the ink a nice surface to connect to. I have Formula 1 going in the background. I missed last night's Critical Role, so I might pop that in at some time. So I'm probably not going to talk you guys through the entire process. I might do like one set. I do want to explain my method, because what I do is a little different than what the average dice maker does, or what I've seen on the internet at least. So I will show you the tool I use, because I do not use a brush. And I'm actually going to have to grab some paint. Which, oh shit, I should probably go check my 3D prints. So that print that was failed twice on me yesterday. I went in to Lychee Slicer, which is the slicing software I use, and I re-sliced it with more thicker supports, and also put the angle, the orientation back a little bit more, and they both came out amazing. The translucent stuff is weird, to say the least. With that said, I mean, I'm very pleased with how it came out. So here we got this is our Gnome Wizard. So this is the mini that I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna go show you what the translucent stuff looks like. This stuff is really soft, so I might keep it in the UV to cure a little more. So I just showed you that mini. Here is the translucent mini. So this is when he casts invisibility on himself, things of that nature. Here I have the painted Gallandale mini, which Gallandale is the assassin NPC that I play. And he has a ring of invisibility, so I decided, fuck it, since I have the printer anyway, might as well do this. I'm actually going to put these back in because mean, the resin is soft. It's very like malleable. And like if you look at this piece, it's quite brittle. So we're gonna let this cure some more. I mean, I might even want to put it in like direct sunlight. So what you are looking at here is kind of like an ink pen tool. You put the ink or paint in there, and this is the first time I'm using it. I've tried the paint the number, wipe it. It's messy. To me, it wastes paint. So I want to see how this works here. Let's see how this goes. I mean, this is the way. You're not wasting paint. You're getting good lines on the numbers. Like, this is the way. Kind of turns whatever paint you got. It's kind of like a marker pen. Wow, I love this thing. This was such a good investment. I think this was $8 on Amazon. Well worth it. Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, the main reason why I didn't just cut to a time lapse is because I wanted to basically give you my opinion on this tool. I like it. I still think for the D20s I might have to do the paintbrush technique, but with that said, I am going to hit all the things that I'm gonna with gold. So that would be Regulus's dice, maybe Volgrim's dice. I want to test out Conrad's clear dice because some of those are done. So now you're gonna see me cut to a time lapse, or I might just cut to when I'm done. So catch you on the flip side. God, I've literally been at it for hours. I'm almost done with these right here, which you can take a look at on my table cam. I'll get some better shots with either the Panasonic or the Sony in a second. I'm quite pleased with how these came out. This tool worked great for like the first set and a half, and then it just took a dump. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if it's clogged. I don't know. The silver didn't seem to work too well with it. The gold really worked great, but I tried inking this D8 with the gold, not happening. So I've like gotten used to and learned to deal with the paintbrush technique. So that's probably what I'm gonna go with from now on. My thumbs are covered in paint and I've washed my hands a million times. So the chakras need to get finished. There's a couple of these royal blue dice that I need to complete tomorrow once the resin cures. I'm still on the fence with these as to what we're gonna go with. I'm thinking gold, but I don't know. We'll see. I just sent some of my players some pics of the dice. They're quite pleased, so that means that I'm gonna be quite pleased. And yeah, I actually love the way these are coming out. Gold numbers just pop for me, and the silver on these Chakra dice really hit hard. And I mean, this is just incredible too. The gold on this color, the gold on the orange, not so much. It kind of blends in. You can still kind of see it. But I think for like the blue, the green, the purple, the red, the gold is really gonna pop. The yellow and the orange is what's gonna give me a bit of a problem, but so we're not fully out of the water yet, but I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. What I'm probably gonna do is in the next episode, you're gonna see me completing this, all the dice that I have prepped for my players for next week's session. I'm also going to be building some mini maps with the terrain that I've printed and ordered. I have to paint some terrain. I also have to paint this guy here, and I have to paint minis. So you're going to see another jam-packed episode. I might split that up into two, terrain and then painting minis. See, I've gotten them painting terrain down like a science. So when I edit this, I'm gonna see how long it is. If I don't do all the time lapse, which I'm probably not going to, I might end up throwing in the rest of these dice, but I just don't see that happening because I have so much so far, and I have basically 3 sets of completed dice by the end of tonight. So just to give you guys a bit of an update, we're gonna wind down on this episode where I was working on dice. I've pretty much done everything. The only dice I have left to do are these. I gotta ink these. These are like some gelatinous cube dice that I made for my friend Dave, who is our resident druid. So 3D printed some skeletons, painted them, popped them in alongside some weapons and other things. I have to redo the D20 because it came out a little fucked up, and I tried fixing it and I fucked it up even more. So there's that. But I mean, I can show you what I've got done. I have a lot of work to do. It's midweek and I've got a lot of work to do still. So I'll show you what I did here, and then we can get moving to the next episode. So alright, so this set here is for our Paladin Regulus Hide. So in the D20, everything just came out awesome in my opinion with these. That's those. They're kind of half obsidian, half radiant, if you will. This is the royal blue. I'm gonna go and call it our majestic set. This is for our wizard, Vulgrim. So these are pretty dope. The blue and the gold came out quite well, if you ask me. I had to redo the D4 and the D6 because I got a little bit of an issue there, but looking at it from here, I can't really see the difference. And I know he's not going to say anything. So this is not for anyone. This is what we're going to call a fate die in the game. There are going to be opportunities where I give the players inspiration, if you will. That's some variant homebrew rules. They call it that. So this is a D20 where a player can re-roll an attack roll, saving throw, ability check, anything where if you're rolling a D20 and you don't like it, and you have one of these die, you can go ahead and re-roll it. So we did a battle royale many moons ago, and our monk Trios won. So as part of that, he got a fate die. Still hasn't used it, so I figured it's a good way to kind of remind him, like, hey, you have this. Speaking of Trios, we have the Chakra Dice, and these guys, these came out amazing. I mean, just look at these and how they came out. Like, incredible. I'm really happy with how these came out. The silver on the opaque ones and the gold on the clear ones, really nice touch. I recently ordered some dice from Crystal Maggie, so I have those kind of display boxes, if you will. He's the only one that gets the cool ones. Because they're chakras, they're meant to be displayed in a certain way. I'm going to mark off the orientation in a bit, but this I still need to paint. This is, so I have this dice here from Death Saves. I have a ton of their clothing. I saw this and I was like, shit, this would be awesome for when characters go down, you know? Problem with this is it's metal. It's like a paperweight. It'll kill someone. So I made a mold. I have a few different versions of this, but I mean, this one is amazing. It's half clear and then this like kind of dark purple. Still gotta paint that. Not too worried about that. I would love to get that done, but there's other things, bigger fish to fry, if you will. So final set here, aside from the gelatinous cube dice, are the dice that I made for Conrad. He's our rogue who was played by Jess. So she might not be at the game this weekend, but I still wanted to get these done, and super happy with how these came out as well. So sneak attack right here. This is when he levels up, gets another d6 added. These are his oath bow, which is actually a vestige. It's like an oath bow, so it has a sworn enemy, which is 3d6. You can also cast Hunter's Mark using it. There's a lot of times where Jess is scrambling for what dice. So I figured it'd be cool to give her, instead of like full sets of dice, give her damage dice and then this other set of dice, which is absolutely awesome. I'm really happy with how these came out as well. They are like, they got some gold flake in there. Really cool. I'm gonna get my other lens on this camera in a second just to show you guys just how awesome those came out. So that's Conrad's dice. The cool thing about these, is it these? Yeah, it might be hard to tell here, but if you look, the inside of the number is gold, but the actual number you see on the face is black. So I kind of did that. Kind of gives a little bit of depth, two-dimensional feel to it. So yeah, we'll get some B-roll of this, and probably that's gonna do it for this episode. Like I said, I have the gelatinous cube dice. I still have to mold the D20, so that's gonna take another day and a half. I want to get this episode done because we have a lot more stuff to do for the rest of the week. Our D&D session is Saturday. I gotta paint minis. I gotta set up terrain. I gotta paint some terrain. So there's a lot going on. So with that said, we are gonna wrap up this video. If you guys enjoy the content, there's gonna be a lot more of behind the screen coming up. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace.